Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to the Econobox garage. Come on inside where it's a little bit warmer. Well, hello everyone and welcome to episode 101 in our Bugeye Build. Since wrapping up the previous video, I've got both of the doors sanded down with 1000 and 2000 grit. So the goal for this week is to get all these touch-ups and color repairs done and to get the car ready for polish. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy this week's video. Well, it's time to get the color on. I've discovered a couple of spots on one of the doors here. I was a little thin on the paint here, so I've just kind of soft masked this along here, and I'll touch that up, and that's it for that door. On the other door, I did miss a whole bunch along the bottom here. You can see in here and around this corner, and along this edge here it was a little thin. So this has all been sanded with 400. I'll run over it with a tack cloth. And there's a couple of spots along this edge on the opposite side that I'll do as well. Over here on the bonnet, this is all ready to go. That's all sanded back, filled in nicely. Same with that one there. 2 spots on the back of the car, this one here, and the one just underneath. So what I've done, I went to Global Auto Body Supplies where I got the paint for the car in the first place and had them put in a matching paint into a spray can. Now this is 2K, which means it's 2 parts. Now right now the paint is not mixed, and you can see there's a little red thing here. You can see there's a little red knob here. That actually just comes out of there. That's for storage. And then on the other end here, there's a little nozzle or plunger. This goes on top of that. You plunge that in, and that releases the activator within the can, and then you mix that up thoroughly again, and then you can start spraying. The disadvantage to that is you've got to use this up in less than 24 hours. Otherwise it just starts to set solid and you can't use it anymore. So I'm pretty sure I have all the spots that needed touch-ups, and I should be able to get a couple of coats on these spots before the can starts to set up. I have the doors touched up. This one was along the bottom here. I missed some paint and a little thin along the edge here, but that's all fixed now. And then across the top of the opening here, that was a little thin on paint. And so that's those done. And come over to the main body of the car. I've got the headlight area with 3 coats of paint, along with this section through here. And the same with this section through here. That's got 3 coats of paint on it. And then there was a little spot down underneath here that's done. I did mess up a little bit in that I got some runs in the paint down along the side here, but those will be easy to cut out. I ended up with a fairly substantial run here on that back spot, and I got a bunch of runs through here, relatively small, but those will be easy to cut out. But there we have the car back all to one color, and I'll give those patches and touch-ups a few days to dry before I start sanding them. The temperature is supposed to drop in a couple of days, so I'm glad I've got this done. I'll keep the heat on in the garage to make sure all of these spots are able to set up so I can sand and polish. Well, I've started work on cutting out runs, and this is where there was one on the back of the car, and it's kind of hard to see. I can see with the reflection there, Now I did cover this process in an earlier video, but basically the method with this is you take a single-sided razor blade, put a bit of tape on each end, so you're basically covering up the corners. You can see there's no paint on there right now. This one is just about done, but even there, and you can just see a little bit of paint on the edge of the razor blade there. So I'll continue to work on that. As I said, this one is just about there. Then there's some down this side here where I got a little overly ambitious with the paint. So I got to scrape those ones out. And then the other ones are all on the back side here. So I'll get to work on those and get ready for the next steps. Well, it's a little bit hard to see, but I think you can tell that it's a little hard to see, but you can tell the runs are now all gone from there, and that is relatively smooth. And the same for up in this area here. That's all fairly level, and down along the side of the door here. So that's all scraped up. That took me just over an hour of scraping. The key is to be patient and to change your blades. I think I went through 4 when I was doing that. So now that that's done, I can get back to wet sanding those spots that have been painted. The temperature has dropped this week, so I've been able to do the scraping, but it's been a little cool to do the wet sanding. So I'll get back to that and go over this with the 1000 again, and then the 2000. So overall, I made good progress this week, and I'm quite happy with how things are turning out. Oh, I did notice another just a little run right across here, so I've scraped that one out as well. Anyway, I think that's it for this week. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share it with your friends. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget that little bell icon. Click on that, you'll get notified when the next video comes out. And in that next video, I'll be getting started on the polishing, and once the polishing's done, I can then start installing things like the tail lights, gas tank, and all that kind of stuff. Thanks for joining me. My name is Ian. This is the Econobox Garage. We'll see you next time.